Hello everyone, welcome back to SASE 2020, and we're ready for our very first run of the entire event. We have our opening run here of Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, any percent pirate mode, no out of bounds, by janglestorm. Jangle, take it away, open us up.
Right, thanks Double. Yeah, hello everybody. Welcome to SASE Marathon of this year. I'm very honored to be asked to be the opener of these events, and it's gonna be a very fun weekend full of really good runs and all for a good cause. So yeah, this is Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, as mentioned, and we're gonna be playing a special category named Pirate Mode, which is a really cool fast-paced speed run. So let's just go into it and I'll talk some about it as we go through it. So time starts in 3, 2, 1, go. If I said 2020, I meant 2021, of course. This year. Anyway, yeah, this is the third Shantae game in the series. There's a total of 5 currently, and this is the one game where they don't have the regular animal transformations, but they have pirate equipment. And in this mode, this is basically New Game Plus, and all the equipment that you normally carry or collect throughout the game, you'll have that from the beginning. So it does make for some very speedy action, lots of sequence breaks. As you see here right away, I do some dashing with my boots, and there's gonna be a lot more. So yeah, we're going through Skull Town. There's all kinds of commotion going on, and we'll find out what it is. But yeah, first off, we're gonna try and hit some guards here. They do carry all kinds of things, and we try to build up a certain amount of gems to be used for later with shopping rounds. So the shopping will be quite crucial to this run, as you will see. So we're gonna dash through here. And this is where I'll be using one of my items. So I got 2 items just now from my friends Sky and Bolo. One is the pike ball that you see here that's hovering around me. It's this power-up that makes you become a little bit stronger. And also an auto potion, and I'll be hopefully keeping that throughout the run, but we'll see what happens, you never know. Yeah, shopping! Okay, well I didn't have that many gems. It's fine though, it's we'll see how it goes. So Ammo Baron, first boss fight, already some RNG happening here. You hope to not see this really, because he'll be running his tank against those crates, and that's the part where I can't really do much, but this is where I can start taking action, and I have to hit these red cannonballs and fire them back at him, so I can start hitting him. And usually it's like 3 cycles. You can actually speed it up by if some other items drop by, well, by chance. But yeah, this time around not super lucky, but that's what happens. We'll see if this is enough though. Okay, it's still a 3 cycle. Nice. So yeah, that can also there's a bit of RNG. Sometimes you get the cannonballs like right away, which you want to see really, but it's not always a given. So there can be like a 10-second difference or 15-second difference there. Yeah, I'm Troll Baron, basically. Okay, so story time. So turns out that the mayor of this town sold the town to the Ammo Baron for the mere price of a box of waxy chocolates. And Shantae, in the meantime, gets these court summons and is grounded, so she cannot really go anywhere. So what do you do when that happens? Well, you go back home and you take a bath, which sounds very nice. There's one problem though. We've never owned a bathtub in the entire series, so something is going on. Turns out this is a trap tub, and who could it be set up by? Well, none other than Risky Boots, who, for those who have played the Shantae games, is the main villain in the series. And this time around it's a bit different because we have to sort of work together, because her henchmen, these Tinkerbats, have been turned to Cacklebats. You see this dark magic take them over. So we sort of have to stop that. It's not really needed for any percent, but this sort of shows what it's like, really, what's happening normally. Let's see. Oh, okay, that was too bad. I didn't quite get the height there. But it's a short fight anyway. But yeah, we have to normally defeat these cacklebats and get the dark magic from them. And if we collect all the instances of dark magic, 20 in total in the game, you can actually get the full boss fight at the end. So we're not going to see that, but you will see a lot, a whole lot still. So anyway, we're out of the bathtub, and we're finally gonna go through Skull Town. Gonna talk to Sky, who's gonna give us a library card. Gonna be needing that in order to get into the palace a little bit further up ahead. Silly Major. Yeah, Silly Mary. Yeah, I mean, totally. Okay, mandatory save. They actually tell you to save, otherwise you cannot make progress. And okay, it's time to go out there, see what's happening. So first thing we do here, we have these scarecrows. We try to hit them because they tend to drop some really good items. I say tend to, it really depends. Items that they can drop vary from food items to power-ups, such as pike balls that you just saw, but also other things like monster milks, which is also another form of power-up. A bento box is an instance of a food item. Yeah, sometimes they drop nothing and sometimes they drop a whole lot of stuff, which is what you want to see, really. Okay, Squid Baron, we're gonna talk to him later. First, we're gonna head into the sewers. We're gonna hopefully grab some flash pops from here. We're gonna do that by sort of bunking against the ceiling and sort of duplicating the drops that they give us. So we need 3 in total. We got more than that, which is really awesome. And now collect this travel brochure. So if you play this game casually, you'll know that this is normally not a part that I can get to like right away, but because of all the pirate equipment, I do have access to these sections like instantly, and it plays out in a lot more linear fashion than the main game itself does, which is more like a Metroidvania type of game. So yeah. Now we give this brochure to the Squid Baron. We're trying to cheer him up and sending him on a holiday because he's kind of tired of being the mid-game boss, so he needs a break from that, so we're providing that, I guess. Alright, in front of the palace. We have some court summons to drop off. Thanks for the good luck, by the way. This librarian, by the way, is the most awesome looking dude ever. I just have to say it. Alright, and also we have this map, which gives us this map item that we can bring with us, and that allows us to get to the next part of the game. So it's going to be a series of islands that we'll be traveling to and backtracking to eventually. Okay, I got another pike ball in that first section though, so we can use that to defeat these orcs. Normally, the damage that you do sort of builds up, so you cannot normally defeat these orcs like right away, but it sort of builds up over the course of hitting multiple of them. But using the pike ball makes you a little bit stronger, and that does allow you to take out all of them. Okay, they didn't really drop a lot of items, so not at all actually. So no luck there, but it's only early enough, so we'll see what happens. We got 100 monies for bringing back the library card, and yeah, we're gonna do our first shopping round. So typically we grab a pirate flare and a super pike ball. The pirate flares, as you'll see later, will be used to fast travel to the ship again after you've gone through the island. And well, the super pike ball is basically the upgraded variant of the pike ball.
So, do you mind if I butt in with a quick donation?
Oh yeah, sure, go for it.
Alright, because we have $20 from Jan Sikkens saying, keep it up, Jangle.
Thank you so much. Alright. Next island, yeah, it's called Saliva Island. You wonder what it is. Well, as I always say, you'll see that soon enough. It will explain itself eventually. Also, shouts to the really awesome music. I mean, the entire Shantae games, Shantae series is full of wonderful music. made by Jake Kaufman, also known as Vert. Oh yeah, by the way, these are Twitch and Vinegar. They want to swim. Problem is they don't have anything to swim in, so we have to sort of provide that. So you can sort of see where we're going with the whole saliva angle, you know? So, yeah. So we're gonna go over here, do a brief pause, unpause strat here so we can skip some of the animation here. Otherwise, this big monster Gigalomix is blinking with his eyes before he starts opening his mouth. So we speed it up a little bit there. There's another thing you can do there where you drop down into the sort of trigger zone, I guess, where you can make it even faster. But I didn't quite get that. It's a bit more precise, but we still got this. All right, so we provided something to swim in. Yay, huzzah. So now we're gonna head out. We'll let them swim in there, and we have the petrify spell. And gonna head down here. Nice pogo. Let's go. Because this little guy over here wants to revive his wife who got petrified. So we'll give the spell in hopes of making that happen, but yeah, no. So that's the two of them petrified together, I guess. And it proves to be heavy enough, so it opens up the path to the first den. So we're heading down here into the spittle maze. And yeah, all of the dungeons are basically dens that you'll be visiting, and you'll take out certain bosses. So for those who have played the other Shantae games, yes, this is a throwback to the very first Shantae game for the Game Boy Color. This is literally the first dungeon from that game, and this is sort of like an homage to it. So we go here to grab a couple of keys. Actually try to do something with the food item there. So what you can do with food items is if you jump on top of an item that you can grab from a chest, you can sort of override that picking up animation and replace it with the food eating animation, which is faster and which makes you able to speed up things a little bit. So you can effectively win time by just getting food items or buying potions. That also works. I usually tend to let it depend on whatever heads my way, but this is sort of what it looks like. So yeah, 2 keys in the same place, that's pretty handy. The nice thing is you can use the keys for pretty much any location really. So if you pick them up in one, then you can use them in locations later. Also, that was a really good drop, by the way, Monster Milk. We can use that in the upcoming section. Can make this last part a little bit faster. So this is normally the place where you collect the pistol, and that you would use here, of course. Like that. Oh, got a head bonk there. That's fine. So this is where I will be using the Monster Milk, just to make things a little bit faster. This is the Wetman room, as you can call it. It's sort of like a mini boss room, sort of like a gauntlet. And as you can see, I do this downward stab with my sword, but it's a lot stronger thanks to the Monster Milk. It does provide faster or stronger attack power for your melee attacks. Okay, time to go into the first battle with a very long first phase, be warned, with the Cyclops plant. Let's see how it goes. Oh, that tends to happen. Oh, not again. Jeez, okay. Not. Oh, wow. That was. I've had it happen before. I tried to get myself up against the ceiling, but yeah, that was a bit tougher than I expected. It's not the first time that happened, actually, but yeah. Oh well. It happens. Yeah, jinx myself. I usually announce it like, hey, this is a very long first phase, and then I effectively make it the exact opposite of that, but most of the time this goes pretty well, but it's bound to happen, you know? Things happen. Okay, but that was the first boss. So you can sort of see like what you can do thanks to the extra equipment that you get that you would normally collect. It does make boss fights like these a lot quicker. Alright, let's get out of here. Jump over the heart squid. We don't need to collect the heart squids. You can collect them and give yourself additional health, but we don't usually go for that. There's categories for that as well, where you collect all the heart squids. And of course, the hundo categories as well. But yeah, with that said, we're heading off into Spiderweb Island. I was going to say a speedrunner's favorite, but I'm not sure if that's entirely true, though. It can be a thing. You'll see. You'll see. There's lots of shenanigans here. And zombies. Just gonna fly past all of these. And also some ghosts. These are technically sort of scripted, I guess, but they tend to appear in certain locations where they can knock you back really quickly, so you have to watch out for that. Oh, there we go. Okay, I didn't quite break open the both of them, but... Yep, no melting them down, nor your nose. You can collect 4 of those heart squids and you can melt them down to 1 heart piece. And increase your health that way. Okay, now it's time for this part of the game. I also mentioned it as this part of the game without specifying it further because... Why would you, especially as a speedrunner? So we meet Roddy Tops, who got captured by this massive spooter, and we rescue her, but we have to bring her back home because apparently she's coming down with something bad. So see if we can bring her back as soon as possible. So this is like a semi-auto-scroller section that you cannot really skip. And I'm gonna make sure not to get hit by anything really, because it will snipe you. You have to restart those rooms just like that. But yeah, let's bring in some guesses. How many times do you think I will get hit? I got hit once so far. How many times will I get hit in total? It will be a couple of minutes long, this section, so there's still enough opportunity for me to get hit in certain areas. And yeah, it's certainly a part of the game, that's for sure. By the way, I did that wiggle there to set up for potential manip there, so I can get through a section a little bit quicker. I think it worked out pretty well. Just a one? We'll see, we'll see. So this is where we play the waiting game. We have to wait in front of all these spiked doors. So it's a bit of a slower section here. Of course, the music is pretty hype, so that will definitely carry us. Right over there. We also got these stake hands. We'll be seeing those a few more times. Just like that. Okay, we're gonna see if I can do this. Alright, this next part can be somewhat tricky. These tombstones, there's certain creatures emerging from underneath sometimes, but it's completely random as to where they will appear, so I have to constantly watch out and see where they will appear, because stuff like this will happen, you know, they can just appear in front of you, and again, if you get sniped by any of them, it's really bad. Oh, okay, nice. Like, okay, so like I said, the stake hands, they return, and just to show that the hitboxes are kind of weird. This is sort of like a meme in the community where we jump in that stake hands area in order to make the run legit, in a way. But yeah, just showcases how random it can be sometimes. This stretch is not too bad, we just have to avoid these robots. Valid run. Yep, part 1 of 2 technically. There's another thing coming up that also makes it entirely valid. So many robots that try to smooch you. Okay, so that was sort of like the first half. Technically we've had most of it already, but it's always valid to order pizza, come on, we know this. I would say do it, medics, do it. So now we have these creatures spitting out things. We call them Stevens. Because why wouldn't you call them Stevens, right? You have to make sure to watch out for them. That was a nice early door opening, by the way. That was really good. Okay, here we go. And That was a low one. Okay, that was technically what they call the taco jump. That was the third part of making this run legit, so there we go. It's a nice little thing. It doesn't save that much time, but it's a fun swag thing to show off, really. This is the longest room in this section, so if I take a hit here, I'm gonna be sent back all the way to the beginning, which is really not great. I was too close! I was way too close, I landed way too close to that tongue. Oops. Well, it's a marathon, isn't it? We'll try again, jeez. I was sort of hoping for that to not happen. I mean, it's the one time where you hope the hitboxes will be somewhat generous, but no. It happens. You gotta be a bit more careful next time. See? There we go. See, easy every time. It's not over yet. This part can still be somewhat tricky. I tried to play it really safely with these tombstones because I've been jinxed here before, and somewhat recently too. You're asking a cheese level? I mean, I love cheese, that's true. Anyway, that was this part of the game. We're gonna bring Ronnie Tubbs home, and well, it turns out she's totally fine, by the way. There was nothing wrong with her, nothing bad she was coming down with, so she was just in it for the ride. But anyway, we did that. Now I'm gonna talk to Abner's brother Poe. Abner, who you just saw in that house. And he's got this really cool wagon, which we're gonna fix up with squid oil that we've gotten before. And that way we don't have to run through all of these rooms anymore. We can just shortcut back to the beginning of Spiderweb Island. So that's pretty neat. Alright, so in return we got the shriveled thing, which smells. We cannot skip this text box. It's the only text box we cannot skip because it's very important to know this info. Just keep that in mind, chat. Keep that in mind. And yeah, we're gonna use the shrivel thing to feed someone over here in this cackle tower. This is gonna be our next destination. So this is where you normally get the hats. Of course, we already got that item, so we're gonna be skipping some things here as well. First off, we're gonna get past all these skellies, hope they drop some items, because they tend to drop super pikes and regular pikes, which are always good items, keeping in mind. Yeah, which are always good items to get. Jump, and still nothing. Unlock is not very good so far, so it's gonna be a fun run. You never know what's gonna happen. Oh, I don't even have any pike balls. Oh, jeez. Did literally none of them drop here? Wow. Okay, I'll have to deal some extra hits here. This might take a little bit longer, I guess. Usually I use the pike ball here to make this a little bit faster. Even the Batgirl didn't drop anything. Wow, this is... Okay, I guess I'll use this item. But yeah, this is looking promising. Anyway, we go up here. And... gonna hit some of these jars. You can get gems from them as well, so I try to do that sometimes. Yeah, this is rather barren, so I'm gonna have to see how this goes. I'm pretty sure I've been in a similar situation before, but we'll see. So we would just cannonball away up here. Normally you would activate a wind machine and you would fly away up here, but we don't actually have to do that. So we could just classic marathon luck, yeah, pretty much. Totally true. I actually forgot that I was use cannonballs here as well, but that didn't happen. Oh well. We'll be fine. I'm just gonna collect some stuff here. You never know though, the second half could still be pretty good. Anyway, we do have the super pike ball, which we've gotten before, of course. We're gonna use it here with the next boss, which is the Emperor's Spooder that we just saw. So, for this battle, we try to get ourselves up the top of the screen as much as possible. So, not like this. But I'm trying to get myself in that hitbox, and I'm trying to not get knocked sideways. Because you can sort of repeat hits over and over again. And normally you can do 3 cannonball jumps every single time, but by getting hit, you can actually repeat those jumps. So that definitely makes it a potentially quick fight if you can do that very consistently. Yeah, so this wasn't entirely ideal, but it sort of shows a little bit of what's possible. Also, yeah, I lost my auto potion there. It tends to happen. It's no big deal. I just have to be a little bit more careful in this next part of the game. So we'll see how this goes. Anyway, we got the map for the next destination. And this is where we use the pirate flare. We just use it to get back to the ship ASAP, and we can just head off again. Okay, time for somewhat sunnier territory, because this is quite a night-and-day difference from Spiderweb Island.
I'm ready.
So we'll be visiting this island briefly. Just gonna do a couple of things and then get back here later. It's sort of like this is probably the more Metroidvania-esque part, because we're gonna backtrack a little bit and do some things before continuing on. Let's see. It's gonna be something where we're gonna collect some mummy sketches. But first of all, over here we have Squid Baron. We sent him on a holiday, and it seems like it wasn't quite what he expected. But we tried to cheer him up, and he gives us these X-ray specs in return, which is another sub-item we'll be using later. But yeah, now we are starting to use the pirate flares a little bit more often. So we backtrack to Saliva Island now, and we're gonna start collecting these mummy sketches. We need 3 of them in total, but it's gonna be a somewhat short visit. Let's see. Okay, I hit these scraps sometimes to see if they carry anything that I want. Meat chunklet is always nice, but there are certain items that I want that I'm trying to not buy in shops, but it kind of depends on whether they're being dropped, so I need to get lucky with that too, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna do another round of this. I think I'm gonna actually take this opportunity to grab some extra super items, because I'm actually super low and I kind of want to make sure that I have enough for the boss fights. Because for the next boss fights you'd ideally want both a super monster milk and a super pike ball. Doesn't always play out that way, and I often let things depend on item luck, but yeah, it's item luck, of course. You need to have it, and otherwise RNG, yeah, there's a lot of RNG in this run. It's definitely adding to the excitement. Alright, we're gonna go over here. Another sarcophagus, and we see Joe, Barracuda Joe, and they try to read it. Although the sign says don't read, and Joe reads it and gets petrified. Rip Joe. He'll be fine though, don't worry. Just got to do some stuff here. Yeah, it's definitely the definition. I've seen so many instances where, yeah. Let's see. So I'm gonna buy 3 of these and this. And I normally buy the super monster milk because that's one of the items that's dropped very rarely. So I try to get one just to be sure. But I bought an extra super pike ball because of the lack of item drops here. Again, I have no idea what's going to happen next, so I'm hoping to still get lucky, but we'll see. Oh, hey, there's the bubble shield. Okay, I don't have to worry about that anymore. So, first of all, we're going to head down here. We got some skellies that we try to hit. Sometimes they drop pike balls, super pike balls, and in this case it only dropped 1 pike ball, which is still, you know, more than nothing, but... I don't try to use the pike balls, really, in this case. I'd most try to use them as backups, really. There's a super pike ball, by the way, so it's looking a little bit better. And there we go, that's the 3rd mummy sketch. And we get this combination, Gatorfish Lion, GFL. And we're gonna use that to get into the 10-line temple. Gatorfish Lion, I just gotta remember that for a little bit. So you're gonna go over here. We just went past it. What's the combination again? Gatorfish Lion? think it was something like that. Okay, I didn't forget. I usually don't forget it, but I want to be sure. I almost was going to switch around those two. Anyway, sometimes you could downstep and get really quick solutions with that. So now we're in 10-Line Temple. As it turns out, we get mistaken for the princess who apparently went missing. And in order to celebrate my return, they locked me up for a brief bit to set up for celebrations. And, well, at least this stealth-like section, which we in the community call Metal Gear Shantae, we just try to not get caught by these guards. If we do so, we get sent back like right away. So the further we get into this part, the more time it will waste us. So I just hope to get lucky with that. Let's see. Oh, ooh, oh, that was a good save there. That could have been so much worse. Sometimes climbing up that chain is kind of tough. Let's see here. Okay. Nice. You can hit him from behind. Okay, and we're safe. This part is by far the scariest, especially if you're on a really good pace, because that first jump, you sort of try to make it without dropping the input, because it's very easy to get caught there, and also that last jump is still kind of scary too. But yeah, we made it. So that's good. So now we use those keys right over here that we collected, and as it turns out, I'm not the only one who got mistaken for the princess, but all of my friends did as well. So we're rescuing Risky Boots and Sky, and well, you could probably guess who else is locked up in here as well, because of course it's Riley Tops. But yeah, like I said, you can use keys pretty much all across the entire game world, so I literally got them from another place, and they're apparently useful here as well, so it definitely makes it easier to for the speedrun. So we opened up this door with this massive rope, because apparently that's what you need for that. Alright, time to confront the king. And hey, it turns out the princess is back and didn't actually go missing, but she was shopping for groceries, and it only took 30 minutes, so good job. And we get the golden pickaxe after all of this, so yay, we're finally free once again. Okay, we're gonna deliver the golden pickaxe over here because they have a wall to tear down, and well, of course we want to see what's over on the other side there. They're like, oh god, enemies, let's get out of here. Okay, now I have 3 super pikes, that's really good. And I got another pike as a backup, so in that sense I'm pretty good. I tend to sometimes farm items from these Scorp Gals, but there's also a bit of item farming in the next den, so I usually leave it for that. It kind of depends really. If you want to go for certain safeties, there's a relatively good chance to drop them, so in some cases it's definitely worth going for that. Okay, into the catacombs we go. Heading down here. So we're gonna pick up a key here, and that's gonna also set us... Ooh. Okay. And what's this item? Oh. Monster Milk and a Bubble Shield. Oh, those are really good items. Those are really good items to have. See what this is. So I'm gonna hit the Scorp Gal, and nothing here, but I've already gotten some pretty good luck here so far. So it's looking up for sure. Okay, down these purple blocks. Hopefully nothing too bad. There's still a little bit of a scary part in a certain way. Like that. Let's go. So it's a tiny bit of a gauntlet room here. Some of these enemies can be a little bit scary, so I have to be somewhat careful here. Especially seeing that I lost my auto potion, so... especially that mantis can be a bit of a pain. So you gotta be careful there. See, there's one. Of course, I also hope for item drops here, but nothing. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Alright, gonna do this thing. I come with buck shakes, and hopefully, I think I got it. Let's see. Ah, so close. What I was trying to set up there is a one-cycle Catacombs Crusher. So I'm trying to get through this in one cycle without stopping whatsoever, and I nearly had the right setup, but it's really specific, so you have to, you know, time it well enough so you get through exactly right. Okay, I'm gonna save here. It's purely a marathon safety, and especially since I lost my auto potion, I'm gonna set up for this really. Okay, just gonna do this. It's the only super monster milk I've gotten so far, but yeah, we're gonna see what I can get later. So first we got this fight against Squid Baron, who is the mid-boss of this game once again. It's gonna be very hype. So sorry please in chat. And this is a fight that consists of 2 phases. Because now we have Squid Baron 2.0, so the improved version of Squid Baron. With a shield that we're gonna break open real soon. See? Okay, it doesn't start eating. I do prefer if Squid Baron starts eating here, so I can just land a lot of hits like right away. But I didn't quite get that. But it's still a quick enough fight, so that's good. Alright. And with that we talked to Squid Baron, and turns out he is, his crisis has been resolved and he's fine with being the mid-boss of the Shantae series once again, so there we go. A little bit of a meta thing there, but there it is. Yeah, I mean, everything in this game explodes really, so... like, there's some epic explosions going on for sure, and there's gonna be more. You'll see, you'll see. Okay, first I'm backtracking. We're gonna go to Skull Town, and we're gonna be exchanging a couple of items because we got those from earlier islands. We got the fossil from Spiderweb Island, and we got the X-ray specs from Tanline Island, and that in return gives us the Death Mask. And that's the thing we need for Mudbug Island, so we can gain access to certain parts of that island. So this is, if you play this in normal mode or casually, it's a pretty tough section. I'm not gonna lie. I had troubles with it myself as well. There's a lot of enemies hanging from ceilings and slowly emerging. You know, all these blob-like enemies, and this makes it a lot easier playing this in pirate mode. Ah, didn't get the jump there. I tried to jump at a sort of buffered jump, I guess, at a certain moment in order to set up something that's called momentumless boots, and that allows me to retain the momentum throughout, because normally I have to recharge it again regardless. But yeah, if you get it, it's really nice. It's a small time save, but it just looks really cool too. Anyway, we hand over the Death Mask over here, and we're gonna gain access to what's inside here. This is called the Village of Lost Souls. So central to this is this coin game we're gonna play. There's a group of coin gamers, and as you would expect, well, it's a heads or tails type of game, so as you would expect, it's very much RNG. But first, yeah, we gotta collect a total of 3 coins here. They're in these chests. I just used one of my food items again to override one of the animations once again. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Okay, so that's what we call the delayed charge. You basically set up the charge, but you don't use it until after the screen wrap, and that allows you to charge off really small platforms, which is really awesome. It's normally you wouldn't be able to do that if you would start dashing from the previous screen, but yeah, there you go. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do in terms of the next shopping round. I know a couple of things, but I'm just gonna grab some extras just to be sure. This is the final coin. We're just gonna head back. I'm gonna do another save here, just for safety, because this part can be somewhat mean, especially with those ghosts that you saw there. They tend to appear in certain places, but yeah, it can be a potential run killer, so I just want to make sure that I don't start from much further ago. So there we go, grabbing these things and going up here. That wasn't too bad. Okay, we got all the coins. Let's play this game. So, like I said, heads or tails. Hopefully heads first time. That's a head. That's a head. Ah, damn. I almost got lucky there. Thankfully this doesn't take forever, but I always try to guess heads regardless. It takes a maximum amount of 4 tries. I think this is 4th try actually. But at the 4th try they do give you the answer automatically, so it doesn't take forever, thankfully. So now you get this locket because you won this game, and you give it to this girl who gives you the hopeful flame. Yeah, it was nearly first try. It was nearly first try. I've had it in a marathon before. It's also really awesome to see that. Oh, you can't win them all. All right. We install the hopeful flame here, and we get another smell. There's a couple of smells in this game, and this is the manly musk. And this musk we're gonna use to gain access to the next den, which is right over here. Gonna stick up the place, and well, what's happening inside? We'll find out. This is a place called the Oubliette of Suffering. That's quite a name. We'll be skipping the majority of this den, by the way. This is normally where you get the boots, which you can dash with. But since we already have it, we can handily skip the vast majority of this dungeon. So yeah, you won't see a lot of this really. It's going to be a relatively short stay. So just gonna make our way down here, and yeah, so this is normally where you would break those blocks eventually using those boots. We do that like right away. And also one thing I forgot to explain, there's this thing called risky shuffle, which I just did by sort of using both my D-pad and my analog stick to set up the charge on very small platforms. So that is one of the main things that you see in the speedrun, and that I do very, very often actually. But yeah, that's definitely a main thing for sure. Okay, the dag run. This is gonna be quite a boss fight. There's a reason I saved beforehand. Okay. I guess I'll fight this with regular items. This is gonna be a slower fight. But as you can see, this dragon just flies down in certain spots, and you just hope to still reach him and knock him down there, so you can do the hits. It's very easy for him to, you know, overtake you, and if that happens, if you get hit, then the best thing is to just step aside for a brief bit, because it's very easy to lose life if that happens. But this was pretty good, all considering. Normally I would equip at least one super item here, so to make it a little bit faster, but yeah, in this case I only used the regulars, because I wanted to save the super items for later.
Alright, do we have time for a quick donation and a question?
Sure thing.
Alright, because we got $5 from Manix86 saying, "Hey Jangle, if you could inherit a single ability that Shantae has in this game, which two would they be and why?"
In this game, a single one. Let's see. Well, I mean, the dashing mechanic is really cool for sure. I mean, I'll definitely have that. What else? I mean, they're all pretty good. Although the cannonball jumps, I mean, those are really cool too. I would always love to jump higher.
With the dash, you would never be late ever again.
Exactly. You don't want to be, as a speedrunner, you don't want to be late, you know.
Yeah, just gotta be careful you don't stab people.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you, Manix, for those $5. Highly appreciated.
Yeah, thanks again. Be sure to keep donating as well. It's for a good cause. So yeah, now we're on Frostbite Island, and it's a bit colder out here. I'm gonna see if I can defeat some wolves here. One of these wolves is called Barney, by the way. For those who know the speedrun, probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, these wolves can also drop super pike balls, but also have a pretty rare chance of dropping a super monster milk, and I can definitely use one of those. So let's see what they do. Okay, quite like that. There's still enough room to get through. I missed one of those. Oh, ooh, that was scary. Uh-oh. Okay, I had to make sure that I stayed safe there. That was scary. Oh, hey, Super Monster Milk. See, there was your drop. Good trade-off. Super lucky. Yeah, sometimes you have the... It occurs that you wind up sliding down these slopes, I guess. Headphones better marathon. I mean, I knew what I did. That was totally intended. Anyway, that was the wolves. These wolves can be quite deadly, though. If they hit you once, it takes away like 75% of your health in this case, so I had to be somewhat careful there. But yeah, we got through. Okay, all the way up to Propeller Town. This is where they really demonstrate the dash mechanic, because these are really lengthy rooms that you go through right now. Yeah, the wolf would have been very bad. It does eat up a lot of your health. Like, especially without the other potion, it's really scary. There we go. Also ice blocks here. As you would expect, ice physics. We don't have a lot of issue with that. That was weird though. Okay. Sure. Whatever. We'll try that again. I'm not sure what happened there even. I bonked my head basically. Okay. Gotta make sure not to slip up here. And we get some more kissing robots. You thought we were done with them, but no. Just gonna fly over here. There's a way actually to speed us up if I would have used my auto potion here. This is a auto potion jump you can do, which is a rather precise trick. It's on like a couple of frame window that you have at most, but yeah, if you can do that, you can skip all of this platforming right here, and you can get to your destination faster. What is the destination, you ask? Well, say hello to our friend Bolo over here, because apparently he's doing something involving programming targeting modules and such, and we wonder what that's about.
Pirate flare activated.
So, before we get to Scuttletown to bring it back, first we're gonna head to Spiderweb Island. A little bit of backtracking once more. Because we still have this Lost Soul that we collected from the Village of Lost Souls. And, well, I mean, you gotta ask who it would belong to, because we want to know. I got some things with pixels this run. It's weird. Oh. There we go. See, we can easily take advantage of this shortcut, and doesn't take like literal minutes to get through this again, so that's nice. But yeah, we're gonna go to Abner and Roddy Tops, and they can probably tell us who the spirit belongs to, because it's belonged to Barracuda Joe. So we might have a chance to revive him once again. We also give the Death Mask. It gives us this extra Pirate Flare. We can use that to get out of here, because at this point I don't really have any Pirate Flares anymore, typically, so it's always good to have that one at least. Alright, heading to Skulltown. I gotta think now. I have 2 of those. I need to check my items. Okay, 1 Super Monster Milk. Let's get that, because that's 75. I'm gonna do some calculating here. This, and then I have exactly enough for the Super Monster Milk. And yeah, okay, that should be good. I have to think again. This is usually where I do my 3rd shopping run, but I've been trying to combine them sometimes. So what I normally would do in speedruns is I would make sure to get some extra Pirate Flares in my 2nd shopping round, just grind for a little bit of extra money if possible, and that way I can make things a little bit faster too. So it becomes largely dependent on item luck that way. So I'm trying to see what items drop here and there, and whatever I don't wind up seeing, I wind up getting myself. Okay, so now we visit this guy who we give this plate to that we got in Ten Line Island, and he turns into this legally distinct He-Man, aka Branson. Also, use a Pirate Flare in a certain position. We call this the Nutbuster for reasons, I guess. Okay, we got the soul. It's time to revive Barracuda Joe. Wake up, Joe. So, there's a bit of story here. They were supposed to be engaged, Joe and Sky. but after Joe got revived again, he opted to be single again, so yeah, the engagement is off, sadly. So now we got this module, which seems to be targeted for the palace. Well, seem to be, because this is not the palace. So, in a certain way, Volo saved our lives in a way, and also, in turn, this opens up the location to the next den, so there we go. Let's get out of here and get back to Frostbite Island. See, now I can skip all of these wolves. I got pretty much all of the items that I need. I got 2 more super pike balls, 2 super monster milk, so in terms of power-ups, I'm totally fine for the final stretch of the game. So this is the abandoned factory, and we do also skip quite a lot of this area. Also, in part because we got one of the keys that we would need here in an earlier den. So we just skipped that too. Normally you can grab one key up above, which is a thing I used to do, but eventually I've switched to grabbing another one in the catacombs because that does allow you to get some item grinding done as well. So that's a nice little bonus there. Alright. Skipping the cube. Okay, let's see. I do have an extra bubble shield, so I'm going to use that here. So now we go into another boss, which is rather RNG dependent. So here we've got the steel maggot, and you have to push these buttons in a certain order. They don't tell you which one though, that's up to you to find out. Okay, that's a good start. Let's see. Oh. Okay, so it's C231. Not the best combination, but we'll live with it. Okay, this is usually the part where I equip all the other items, and... oh, there we go. So, with these items, it should typically take 2 rounds of this, so... let's see if that's true here as well. I have to guess again which... oh, it's the second one, okay. Hopefully it's the first one this time around. Again? Yeah, okay, it's 3-1. Let's see if I can get it, like, right away. Okay, and... oh, there we go. And... yeah, okay, that wasn't too bad, I guess. It can be very trolly, this fight, for sure. And I usually try to guess again whilst hovering above the steel maggot, but it's easier with the bubble shield than without. Let's just put it that way. So I was glad that I got the extra pickup there throughout the game. Okay, with that said, one more thing to do. Well, one more island to go to, in this case, the Lonely Grave. So, red to get out of here. Technically, this is a part where you don't necessarily have to use a pirate flare, although it still saves time, but it's a relatively short trip back, so you could eventually opt to leave that one out if you wish to do so. It saves a little bit of, saves a few gems. Alright, the moon is out. We're heading over here. There's a bird. So this is where we meet the Pirate Master. Arising from the grave. But oh no, something is happening. And turns out that Risky is now held captive by the Pirate Master, so now we have to go out and rescue her. So we go back to the ship. It's all ours now. We moist the main snail. And head back to Skull Town, where dark clouds have formed. And let's go to the palace. Of course, the scarecrows are gone now, so there's entirely different enemies here now. I'm trying to get through here. I also try not to pick up the heart squids. We call them the heart squids of shame. So it tends to happen sometimes that you get them, but... also, I jump over this gap because normally I go underneath there, but the gap is closed up. So just like with enemies, where the speed in which you defeat them builds up, that's a similar thing. You know, you go through it less fast than if I would fly over it. Okay, so time for the final climb. This is a series of trials. We're gonna skip all of it by this combination of cannonballs and hats. So if we do this with a certain timing, we can just climb all the way over here, and especially the cannonballs are kind of crucial in this part. So, like that. Okay, that was a good climb. Still one more thing to do here. 1, 2, 3, and go. Okay, I'm just gonna save here. Just in case I wind up dying, I don't have to redo the entire game, or part of the game. Okay, it's time to face off against the Pirate Master. So, time is going to be as soon as I deal the last hit in this boss, so get ready for that. It's going to be a relatively short fight. Let's revolve this stuff, and let's go. Yeah, we're gonna get across the entire room here. Not the best RNG. It tends to get a little bit closer to you sometimes, but in this case I didn't get as lucky, so there's that. I have to watch out too, because I don't have my auto potion anymore, and of course this Pipe Master does do a lot of damage. I use a bubble shield here to prevent the bullets from hitting me. So, there we go, and get ready. And time. And there you go, that's 80%. There were some weird things with this run for sure. And I seriously thought the item block was gonna be rather bad in the beginning, but it seemed like it recovered pretty nicely. I still have to buy some items, but we made it. We made it. And sub 55 is still pretty damn good. So there you go, that's the game. So if you collect all the dark magic, this boss fight actually takes longer. So there's another phase which is really epic, and after that you actually retrieve all of your genie powers, because in this game you lose your genie powers, and yeah, you don't get them back until the very end of the game, where you get all of the dark magic as such. That's also a category I run that's called All Dark Magic, and it's also a very fun run. Maybe I'll get back to that in the future. Also, thanks everybody for the GGs. Okay, so there's one more thing to do. Let's just see what the in-game time is. I'm just gonna skip through the credits here real quick.
Right, well, while we wait for the in-game time, can I read out the donation?
Oh, sure thing.
Near the end here, because we have no less than $50 from Nori saying, paying for your run this. RNG Baron definitely had it say, but you have done great. Thanks for this wonderful event, organizers. Good luck on reaching your goals, and good luck to all the runners less than 3.
Thanks so much, Nori, for the donation. Yeah, Nori's one of the main people in the Shantae speedrunning community. So yeah, shoutouts. Yeah, with this wrapping up, I guess I can do the rest of the shoutouts as well. Let's see. First of all, shoutouts to the Shantae speedrun community / the Way Forward speedrunning community. They've been very helpful in you learn the run as well, and others as well. And yeah, if you want to learn this one, I can definitely recommend it. Also, the other Shantae games, you can find the Discord link on speedrun.com. So be sure to check that out. Also, shoutouts to my family and friends. My family actually just donated at the beginning of the stream. Super generous, super appreciated. And yeah, also shoutouts in the end to SASE Marathon for letting this run in and letting me be the opener of this run, which is a great honor. And yeah, it's something I don't talk about very often, but I am autistic myself. Of course, it's a very broad spectrum, so it's always different for each individual. But yeah, also because of that reason, I think it's really important that there's research that's being done. And yeah, there's already a lot more that's known out there compared to quite a while ago. But there's always more work to be done. So marathons like these are really awesome for that. Collect or raising money for that. So yeah, be sure to keep donating. It's for a good cause. And yeah, also a lot more stuff coming up this weekend, so be sure to check that out. And thanks again, hope you all enjoyed, and have a good one. I'll see you around. Take care.